Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email us tmosso@the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And today we're discussing a watch launched in 2011 from Richard Mille. This is the RM33 Extra Flat. So for those who thought that the RM16, for example, was just a little bit too oddly shaped, a more conventional, extra thin and round watch, for those who think that the RM67, which came out many years later, is perhaps a little bit too offbeat with its tonneau shape. So you get the flatness of the 67 and the 16 with a conventional round profile. This is an unusual watch by RM standards. And the first thing I can tell you about it is that it's an ergonomic dream. In red gold, 45.7 millimeters in diameter, but don't let that scare you off. It's 7 millimeters thick as I measure it, and then lug tip to lug tip, 52.6 millimeters. Why I say don't let it scare you away, don't let the diameter scare you away. This watch wears really nicely on my wrist. It's broad, yeah, but it's not too big. So if your wrist is my size or larger, say 16 centimeters circumference and up, it's going to be a great match. You can see how flat it is, and it really does live up to its nickname, the Extra Flat. The lugs are sort of out to the edge, but they're not over the edge, and you can see that best from this angle. Also, you can see that, like the tonneau cases, this watch has a dramatic curvature to its case back, so it will work with the curve of your wrist. The strap's an RM piece. You can see, like many RM straps, it's proprietary and integrated into the profile of the case and the lugs. It has a little bit of hollow relief on each side that helps it to blend with the profile of the case, and then it tapers away as you get towards the end. You can see no crimping, no gouging, brand new RM factory strap. RM uses the GNF Chatelain double deployant with the titanium leaf spring inside, so once you start moving it into the position where it wants to close, it closes quite quickly and without any additional urging, so it will stay shut. Despite not being a trigger clasp, these are very secure against accidental deployment. You can see the profile, a little bit of evacuation on the edge of the buckle, just like you'll find on the edge of the case. But the edge of the buckle features satination media blast in the recess and then brushing on its face. We got a little RM-style spline screw there. And you can see Richard Mille branded red gold buckle, or pin, I should say, on the clasp. And then we have the case itself, which in some ways is like the tonneaus, in some ways is not. It has the case recesses. You can see the columns that contain the spline screws. We have a combination of polish and of satin finish here for contrast. And the setback from the case band is part of the aesthetic appeal of the watch. It's just an unusual look that RM has made its own. We have a media blasted and polished ceramic collar around the crown, which has a little conical profile on its end and is unbranded. On the top, you can see that the bezel as well as the lug hoods are brushed from top to bottom with polishing along the edge and around the contours of these polished spline screws. Note, the ones in the buckle are not polished. The ones on the bezel are. We have a flush sapphire here, no camber, no box profile, super flush. There's actually another one underneath that features the numerals themselves, but if you look carefully, you can see it's been cut out in sort of an oval profile around the center to make room for the bridge that supports the motion works that moves the hand. There's a carbon fiber flange outboard that bears the indices and also features little Arabic numerals every 5 minutes. That carbon fiber flange bears the luminescent indices, so you can easily tell the time in the dark. That's not a problem here. The hands are nicely made. You can see satination on the top with a little bit of a polished bevel on each side. The movement's made of ardoise or anthracite-coated grade 5 titanium and partially skeletonized. There's a high grade of finish for the keyless works that sits adjacent to the crown. That's responsible for engaging the winding and the setting. And then you can see the motion works with the hour wheel, the minute wheel pinion, and the minute wheel visible right there. Easy to see. It's nicely decorated on the dial side. And can you see the use of clear sapphires spares us from seeing little red dots all over the dial. Turn it all over. You can see the RM33 features a highly customized version of the Vaucher 5401 micro rotor. So the first thing you need to know is that you won't find this version of the 5401 in any other brand's watch. Richard Mille calls this the RMXP1, and it's 30 millimeters in diameter. It's 2.6 millimeters thick. It has a platinum rotor with two different decorations on it. You can see that it is free sprung for durability against shock and adjusted to 5 positions, which is sort of the gold standard for high horology and chronometer. The movement is made of titanium to make it lighter, and then it has some little elastomer isolators that make it a bit more shock resistant. All of the sapphires here are clear, which is why you don't see any red dots on the case back. The movement pivots on 29 joules, and via automatic winding it has a 42-hour power reserve. Just demonstrate something real quick. People ask me if there are stop seconds. No, there are not stop seconds, but there's also not a seconds hand on the watch, so it doesn't matter. Taking a quick look, you can see the decoration is sort of a techno-industrial look. It's something that's a little bit more raw than horlogerie. The detailing and attention to small parts and aesthetics, very, very carefully applied. But the look here is not supposed to be valet de jeu horlogerie. You can see the open barrel right there with the coiled mainspring inside. People always ask, what's the little arrow? That is the crown release. So that is the crown release that allows you to remove the crown. You can see the V for Volgine, the manufacturer of the case, and it's all 30 meters water resistant. So it is sporty, but it is not a hardcore sports watch. But it is very flat. If you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details. Oh, one more detail, because details matter. It is a 3 hertz escapement. I know someone will want to know that, and I want them to know it.